Do not put that anywhere. I need to make you something to eat. Baby, you need to eat. Don't make a mess with the water. You want wheels or chicken? Yeah, like wheels or chicken? Okay. Alright. Time to read. Great title. I have it on PS4 just because I don't want the fucking... She had so many issues with it disconnecting. It's weird that they didn't sell a physical version of this, though, on PS4. Good game. Be miserable at this, watch.
The Empire of Japan. After
It was
opening
quiet.
its doors, a push for cultural transformation brought great waves of Western influence to this far eastern island nation. The revolution washed over the land, making life in the capital exciting and unsettling. It was a period of great change, and some was swept away by the tide.
This is pretty.
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
We have to defend ourselves? That's what the first one is? Oh, Jesus. Dolphins are unable to smell, that makes sense. The highest court in Japan, ready to decide my fate, because you shot someone apparently. Great start to a game. What? Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. This fucking what? Sorry. What is this game? Pretty sure we weren't glaring. My name is Runosuke Naruto. Names are gonna be hard. A second-year student at the Imperial Humane University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough. What's that with the headband? Judgment definitely starts with some violence, I'm sure. He's not obliged to listen to any abuse, officer. I love who are you? The headband thing throws me off. You guys can't see it, but it's flowing and there's no wind. And who are you? I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. I think you mean boyfriend. Lawyer, boyfriend, same thing. Ow, it's hot. So I'm guessing yeah, yep. It's this guy that you can't see because my camera's, and there's no good place to put my camera. Because if I put it at the bottom, then it's in the way of the text, but if I put it anywhere in the top, it's in the way of faces. Lawyer. Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal. He has a sword! This is definitely boyfriend material. What kind of lawyer has a sword? So you will hold your tongue. Technicalities, look at you. You haven't even graduated yet, but he has a sword. There he is, the headband, though. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. This face. I like this face. Hi. Right, Ryunosuke? Oh, yeah, yes, of course. Sorry. Why are you apologizing? Why am I apologizing? I'm so confused about what's happening. What are you apologizing to me for? Exactly. Why are we apologizing? Thank you, he gets it. I'm so confused why we're apologizing. Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma. Kazuma! He's definitely boyfriend material! His name is Kazuma! I can't do this! I didn't know there was gonna be familiar names. Never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. There you go again, apologizing. Just like always. Well, I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. You made a university professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't do it. I could never murder someone. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up, hold your head high. You mean... I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend. Also, in his second year at Yume University. But he's far more clever than I. Star student, in fact. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. Not that impressive. Wait. Is Ryunosuke saying these things out loud to people? Don't say your inner thoughts out loud. Why would you do that? The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old, here in Japan anyway. My qualifications don't mean much, yet. You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Kazuma. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. That's true! He was saying all that out loud! You don't need to say the name of your best friend and be like, that's my best friend! Right in front of their face! What is this character? He's so silly! So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world! England? It has to be England. You can't have Sherlock Holmes unless it's England. I'm really happy for you and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. I wonder why! His name is fucking Kazuma! It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. I want to bring about change in our own legal system. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. Great, I'm gonna play 2 lawyer games back to back. Sounds great. The heart of the British Empire, I wish I could see it too. Then come with me. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. If only if it were that simple. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Western restaurant? Do an English class tomorrow then, partner. Oh god, that's gay. Definitely boyfriends. Anytime they say partner. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Sogi, may I have a word? Professor, I didn't know you were coming. Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Sogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers. To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He was looking for you before. Your advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. Seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. You just called him a professor. Keep up, boy. I see. I'll go at once then. I'm assuming he's Kazuma's teacher. I shall accompany you. Alrighty then, Runosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Yes, thanks, Kazuma. Awkward silence. Oh, this is awkward. That was too good timing. If I may. Yes, sorry. Why does this man apologize? This main character apologizes every 5 seconds. Stop! You must be the defendant. Runosuke Naruto, I believe. Yes, that's right. Oh my god. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yuma University. Forensic medicine? Fun. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. He probably took his classes. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Sogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Yes. As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asagi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial... Thank you for the host. Kitty? I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. What? That seems harsh. As I suspected, you were unaware of this. Of course, he didn't tell me. Really think he's gonna tell me? I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered. That's what boyfriends do! Come on! But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. Dots? But I didn't do it, I swear it. I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Sorry? What do you mean? The music. The music in the background just got terrifying for 2 seconds. And I got... Stop! Why music? You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. But, then what should I do? Well, naturally I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right, so... As soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. Do? But what will the question be? Surely not. You accept the accusations brought before you? Of course not. Defendant! Yes, me? Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Is terrified. I would see more surplus. This man uses big words. I love it. Surreptitious. I can't. Discussions are about to be cut short. I can't talk. Why would you make me? I love that he uses big words, but I can't talk. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Oh, I have to defend myself! Of course, as the defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? That's not how it works. That's not how it works! You still hold the trial even if he doesn't show up. Get moving. There's no point anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Rude. This is it. If this trial goes badly, Cosimo's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. Man doesn't know how to be a lawyer is about to be a fucking lawyer. My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Well, this has been eventful so far. It's really warm in here. Hold on. This is a courtroom. We've never been in a courtroom? I've been in a courtroom and I've never been in trouble. I don't know, we visited courtrooms in school. Supreme Court of Judicature. Oh my god, I can't read out loud. No court in the planet has more power. This is why I could not do full streams of this. Because I would fucking lose my shit. I can't read out loud. I feel much like the look of these people sitting in the public gallery. Lots of military and other uniforms. Powers that be demanded that it be a secret trial. Secret trial? A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend. What? But why? It'll become clear in time. For now. You need to concentrate on this game. It's about to begin. Put the beard on that man. Part 1 now here. Trial of Runescape Narco. Prosecution is ready, Your Excellency. As is the defense. Before we begin, there is an order of yesterday evening, the defense made a last request for a change of advocate. It's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself. Normal procedures for the defendant's advocacy. Decided 2 days prior to the trial. Yeah, we visited I visited in middle school, I think elementary as well, and then high school and like college we've also done it. High school was because we did debates, but college is because I took a class. As this is an unusual circumstance, I'm obliged to allow this for final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? This is the question. This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... Yeah, you gotta defend yourself. You need to answer quickly. What should I do? Answer I do. God, boy. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I am standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who advocates for the defense.
Yes!
Raise his hand. What is this? He fucking raised his hand! What is happening? What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? He just said yes and raised his hand. I would like to inform the court that I, Runescape, will be defending myself. You'll be... What? What are you playing at, Runescape? Boyfriend's nervous now. Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now before the trial. He did what? He said that your dreams of studying abroad will be dashed. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me. What is this sassy man? I love him. This is my favorite character already. This man right here. He's so sassy. You think I won't be able to get you off? The way that was phrased! I read it without even like looking at it, and the way that was phrased. No, video game. no. Is this what this game is gonna be? Oh my god. They wrote it that way! Oh, I need a minute. Oh my god. Oh. Trust me, Kazuma, I have no worries you'll be able to get him off. No worries at all. Video game. His name is just like our main character. Except the main character didn't say it! Kazuma did! And he's not innocent! Yes? What's your problem? I'll leave this for us. It's okay. You can still eat it. Can't you cheese? That's it. You do, but... Okay, I can breathe again. No, it's not that really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you... I thought... Yes. I knew that's how you feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial. Well, well. I'm giving this guy a weird voice, don't judge me. Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel, really? He just feels like he has a stupid voice. Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent he's confident he can speak for himself. Isn't that so, Naruto-san? This boy looks anxious as fuck. Oh, yes, exactly. Jesus. Why? This man should not be defending himself. He's just so... Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. The space. In fact, my mind's a complete blank. Why are you allowed to have a sword? I mean, I love you, Kazuma, but why the sword? I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered. Well, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court, that's gonna hurt my voice. Why am I doing this? You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed. As you were no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of the Judicature of Japan. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, defendant Naruto? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you've undertaken. Oh, don't give me a... I can't... No. My competence? What does that mean? He's questioning your ability to do the job. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. Why did the professor tell you to do this? I have more faith in Kazuma than I do in us. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Oh, yes. Kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. That's easy enough. I've heard his name many times and I'd care to remember. But, wait. Oh, I'm so nervous I can't even remember it. I haven't been told! What was it that again? Rudersuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank. Hey, Sword Blazers! You know me so well. That's because he's my boyfriend. God, this game. All the relevant information for this case may be found in the court record, but I can't even find that. It's simple. You can access the court record with impressive R1! Let's just break the game, it's fine! Break the fourth wall. If you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there. Magic of this one button. just have to press R1 for the court record. Alright, there's no time to lose. Oh, no. Oh, hello. People. Oh, look at that. He's 23. Shh, I'm reading about you, Kazuma. We killed Wilson. John H. Wilson. That doesn't seem like a good thing. So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record. Now, we better not keep His Excellency waiting. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record, then press triangle to present. Try it now. Sure.
Yes!
Victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England. Yes, he was. Invited to Yumei University 3 years ago. Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together after lengthy negotiations. There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. What? What is the name of that treaty? What? And yet, despite his his voice hurts me so much. Why? I could just be reading this normally. I'm doing this to myself. And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil too soon. Asians were a homicide. Yeah, definitely never doing full streams of this game. I will hurt my voice. You two are both undergraduates at Imperial Yumi University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor? I don't know, boy. But I didn't do it. This case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court therefore wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter. In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers. Hello? It's not gonna fit on my head. I have a big head. I see it, it's gone. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime. So that's why this trial has unusual peculiarities, is it? Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman. Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. I mean, we got that. He was English. The nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me. The fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. Oh dear, look at the time. I better be going. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer. Good idea, after all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Doing an English class tomorrow then, partner. The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name. Still, I should go and say hello. Because we just walk up to strangers and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table. And introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruto. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Cause of death. Obviously that was, gunshot? Inosuke, remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence. By evidence, but how? Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death, and put the present now. One shot from the chest.
Yes!
Well, according to this document, God, this boy is not put together well. The victim suffered a he doesn't even know how to pronounce the word death due to a gunshot trauma. Learn to read, you imbecile. That's the post-mortem report, I take it. Sorry, yes, that's right. That, post-mortem report. In the West, the doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in autopsy. You guys not do that? Oh, okay. But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way. That doesn't seem 100% reliable. It's like 10% reliable. Maybe do a bit more work than that. Oh, I see. As long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later. This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime. You can clearly discern scorch marks on the bullet hole produced by powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the record. Okay, cool. That's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. What time period is this? I didn't look. I'm assuming it's like 800s? Maybe earlier? 1700s kind of stuff? It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Let us start the trial. Oh, God, that wasn't even the trial. This... You can do that too. Certainly, Your Excellency. So, without further ado, in order to better apprise the court of the facts of this case, the prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened. Oh, this is it, then. I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind. Professor? You mean Dr. Mikotoba? Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer here today, not me. That doesn't mean... Well, I can still act as your assistant. Ah, of course! Speaking with me before, he simply said, Cosmo Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. He really has been sticking for it, hasn't he? What is the way they phrase things? I'm sorry, I can't take the way they phrase words and sentences. What? Maybe, but any help you can give me will greatly be appreciated, Cosmo. Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats. If you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first, right? The headband just, there's no wind. It's just always going. I love that the game called out the headband. Hello? Witness, state your name and occupation with the court, please. Of course. My name is Satori Osanaga. I am the head waiter at the Western-style restaurant called the Carnival. I want to say that it said 1863. That would make sense, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Because, if you haven't figured out, John Wilson is basically, they just changed the name. From Watson to Wilson? It's a Sherlock Holmes era. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, 1863 would make sense. Me too, bro! I've only been reading for 15 minutes and my throat hates me. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, dying? It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me! What? Are you okay? I don't do these often. I may end up, like, doing these at the end of judgment streams, like, just for, like, half an hour or an hour. Just so I'm not reading the whole time. Well, it really, really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. The grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants. An Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Look at these words. Understood. Kosunaga-san, you will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjection from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, aspiring maybe, but aspiring. What is this main character? I love it because he's just a pile of stupid. He's so dumb. It's just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. They have a few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it, too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Boy, you need to see a doctor. It was when I was in the kitchen putting my crockery and cutlery. Yes. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student.
Yes!
Hold on. Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him.
Objection!
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw, you amateur. But next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, be penalized, defendant. Don't worry, Runosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, reader. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hand was the same man we see here in court today? Yes. Without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else at that table. The deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait. What did he just say? There was no one else around that table? What's the matter? Okay? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite of his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I warned about interjecting, but still. What should I do? Oh god, you're giving me choices. Can't you just wait? Because you'll have a chance to cross-examine him. I don't know how Japanese courts work, but in English courts, American courts, you'll have a chance to talk about it. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. Ryunosuke, if your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who would diligently get to work, aren't you? Don't make fun of me. I suppose I am. I never have gotten university otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. Are you calling me out? If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. Alright, you scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes. No, don't shut your eyes! What are you doing? Keep them open! No!
Yes!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. I mean, he's not a lawyer. He's defending himself so his best friend can go to fucking England. He's not a lawyer. Could it be the accused, the mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? No, I'm not. But I'm sure of what I saw. Osunaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy? No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. Liar. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Just because he came to dine alone didn't mean someone else didn't show up. Let me see. Ah, sketch of the establishment's layout. Drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Yes, this is so proof. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course. Here you are. What's that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Stomach certainly seems to have shaken him. Oh my god, he's gonna die in the courtroom. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. Don't die. So, you have to do that every time? Is this a normal court thing, or just you? So the court has now heard the process of the case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Defendant Naruto. Naruto. Somebody help the apartment, right? He's coughing up blood! Not healthy! Yes, Your Excellency. If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. Hachi, baby! No! What do you think I should do, Kazuma? What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty in one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a mere lenient sentence? Look at this look. Look at this look, Ryunosuke. Look at your boyfriend, look at you. Don't take the words back. He's looking at you like you're dumbass, because you are. Everyone keeps telling me this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so is the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. The look hasn't stopped. It's very intense. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? I love this man alone right now. What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Oh, Jesus! The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. Oh my god, Kazuma. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Then we'll see how decisive this evidence really is. Indeed. Prosecutor Ouchie? Ouchie? What is your name? Please continue with proceedings. I'm gonna just pronounce it Achi. I don't know. When you were warned, the young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. I don't know anyone that would decide you as a saint. You're kind of a bitch. Ugh. In a few short moments from now. Ouchie. Yeah, I mean, it could be. That dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever. That is so mean. What? Stop it. The prosecution calls its next witnesses. Very well. Officer, bring forth the witnesses at once. Wait, you just gonna bring them all out? That's not how courts work. Okay, we just bring them. That's not how courtrooms work. Japan! You're not supposed to have witnesses in the same room together. What is this? I hope this is not how Japan actually does things. Witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. 1863 courts, that's fair. Yes, sir, the Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Aisa Nosa reporting for duty, sir. Myself, I find, employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon. Ouchie, pain. Haha, I didn't it. And conduct my trade from Rosate, a humble premises in the 2nd District. Kairo Korakuta at your service. Hi. Hello, I'm trying to play a game. What do you... I have to come right back, okay? Okay. Why am I following you? My eyes are wet. Okay. Cute. Okay. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. I bet there's a good reason. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned. Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently, converse with interested... Stop moving! This guy in the corner keeps moving and it's very fucking distracting. Stop! Hold still! That is more distracting than anything else happening. Regarding the curios with which I make my businesses. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. I got that. My god, the main character is so fucking dumb. So stupid. He drinks there. And he converses with people. That's what he said. Oh my god. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets the Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with a rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer. Yeah, I would be a... This guy moves too much. Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this most atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit, oh my god, was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war. Sir. I hate this. Stop it. It was the black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So this is... I did too, but I didn't say anything. It sounded like someone made a ah noise. This is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead. Yes. Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? When you look at me like that, I start to feel a lot of things. It's quite a look. If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start. Who do you think did it? A lady, because the main character said he saw a lady at the table, so I think a lady did it. I'm gonna go. I know Ryanosuke's kind of a dumb, but I think he did see a lady. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Why did that text go by so fast? Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. What is the noise that keeps coming from him? Unsavory memories of a most barbaric afternoon. Okay. There's so much happening. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man. Myself, I was extolling the virtues of the particularly fine golden curio to this military gentleman. I think it's Cass. Wilson's ghost is moving his head. No, I don't think it's Kazuma. Not at all. He's my boyfriend. He would never. At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. Black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. No! No! No, you shut up for a second. He's lying! The bullet is in the front. There's a fucking picture. If you'd been shot through the back, there would not be a singe hole in the front. You fucking liar. Lies. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of mysteriously absconded precious curio. My brain does pay attention. Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon on the victim. God dang it. He's lying, though. You have photographic evidence. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. That sounded like a baby this time. What's happening? The cruel and unforgivable enemy. Does he have a baby tied to his back on his scarf or something? What is happening? What times we live in, when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. He has a knife! What? But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. After I'd said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. He does have a sword. He does have a sword. When I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. That's fair. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. The music. Well, if that's the truth, there's obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witness testimonies, there's a clue to who that criminal was. Well, he's lying. He probably doesn't have a fucking clue. There is? Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? This boy doesn't know anything. Do it now! Oh my god, don't yell at me. As we've heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. There is so much doubt! Shut up! Leave Kazuma alone! The defendant is clearly guilty. You're gonna regret that, because I know Kazuma's story. You're gonna regret that immediately after this case. And go feel bad about it. It's not him. He's also helping us to throw up suspicion. It's time to bring the despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestiges of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. No!
Yes!
Feeding us bad advice. Why does he raise his hand? This is not a classroom! And I love how he calls it an outburst. He's just raising his hand. What is the name? What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense, oh my god, demands the right to a cross-examination. Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic. I ruined my boyfriend. Huh? How did he know? You guys are talking. How do you think anyone knows? The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination? Well, the person playing this game has experience. The defense. Defense. The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. No, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell defense when it's a courtroom situation. Because that other defense is for, like, physical defense. Because I've seen it spelled that way. In, like, law shows all the time. Kazuma is so commanding. I know, you're turned on, aren't you, Rensuke? Very well. Huh. Because I've seen it before. I think I've seen it in Judgment, too, but of course Judgment spells judgment weirdly. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Rensuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross. I already know. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what the soldier said has to be a lie. Yes, because the guy was shot from behind, from the front, and he said he was shot from behind. I have brain. Main character doesn't have brain, but I have brain. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now, let's go, Rensuke. Don't let them beat you. Alright then. It's all or nothing. This kid. Alright. Alrighty. It is interesting. Like at the restaurant while having a tactful discussion. I'm not gonna reread this because we already did. So he was trying to sell him something. He was eating food. At that moment, his firearm went off. He observed the enemy's actions with his own eyes. The black man fired on the English civilian, and from the back, but he didn't. I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my street. So he saw nothing. This man saw nothing. Ugh. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. I'll let you be in charge of which stream that is. Listen, Rensuke. We know there are lies lurking in these statements. It's time to expose them. I understand that. The question is, how? Like I said before, the key to this is using evidence that you've collected. You can examine and present evidence while the witness is giving a testimony, pressing R1. Go through each witness statement and the details about each piece of evidence and compare all the facts. One guy had a knife and the other was a baby. What the fuck? I'm used to these games. Yeah, this is my first. I've never played an attorney game at all. And I figured starting with the preludes are probably a good idea. It's a crazy time. Somewhere in there you'll find something that doesn't add up. In other words, an inconsistency. An inconsistency. When you find a statement and a piece of evidence that seem to contradict each other. I already know. Boy, I know. Thank you, Kazuma. Present your evidence with triangle. And rip the witness apart! You have a sword, you could do that for me. Just be careful, because if you assert a contradiction that has no bias, you'll be given a penalty. If you're dealt too many penalties, the defense's case will fall apart, and you'll receive a guilty verdict. Oh god, don't tell me that. Don't make me nervous. Peruse the evidence in the court record and find it inconsistent with a witness statement. Alright, I'll give it a try. You can hear the witness's statements over and over and over again, as many times as you like. So keep your head and be measured in your attack. Good luck. Good luck, partner. It's you. It's this one. No, it's not this one. It's this one. It's this one. Okay, so this one says it didn't pass through the victim's body, so it has to be shot from the front, which the picture proves. You really can't, I guess you can't do that in this one. This one doesn't really matter right now, so these both prove my point, but I think I have to go with this one. Yeah. He was shot in the front of the chest. This one says the bullet didn't go through, so it couldn't have been shot from the back at all. So this one.
Yes!
Stop raising your hand! I can't with the hand raising! What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. I didn't put it in your mustache. Inconsistency, sir. I love this dumbass. I mean, yes. Yes, what? There's a clear inconsistency here. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? He was shot in the chest, which you all apparently fucking forgot? Well, obviously, that, oh my god. I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in the Grand Courtroom. Wait a minute, is this fake? Is this trial fake? Just take it. They keep pointing out that he's not fit to be a lawyer. He's not a lawyer. Kazuma, and it was to test whether or not Kazuma could go overseas. But I think it's a test to see whether Runosuke could go overseas with Kazuma. I don't think anyone died. That is my theory right now. This is all bogus. I'm just angry. This is so frustrating. The bananas from Steins Gate. Oh, please. Sir, surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Anything but that. Kazuma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Aisa Nosa. Yes, sir. What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir. Yes! But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because, oh my god, oh god, Jesus Christ. Take a close look at this print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is obviously a discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh my god, what's happening? Don't shove the child! What is happening? What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. You just shoved a baby, right? That would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, you can hear the moment when my brain went, what the fuck again? My eyes were distracted by baby, maybe? Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. Do not shove a child, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proved one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Iisanosa, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. Ugh, that's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Oh! Bitch! He called him out! Oh my god! Whoa, we got a trophy! There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. We'll see. But I definitely see you with the snot bubbles. The university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
Yes!
But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Oh my god, wait. Hold on, we have to look at the trophies. I don't know if I could. Oh my god. Hello? The trophies don't even want to load, Jumpy! Oh no! There we go! It didn't even want to load! This is very rare, apparently. Okay, so there's got the ones for completing the chapters. Okay. For playing the game in available outfits, what? What, shovels and spades? Okay, some of these are ridiculous. There's no way I'm platinum this. I'm so confused. Oh no, there is no way. Oh no, there is no way I'm platinum this. Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interests me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? I don't think I would platinum this. Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for the treasure. Treasure? Indeed! My prized coin! Oh my god, this man scared me. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Razute, in the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from me. On the day under scrutiny, it was to the military man that I pro-offered my Hoei treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments... Yeah, this one has a lot going on. Like, wringing your hands, doing certain things. It simply vanished. The baby has his coin! I bet you. The coin vanished. Hunting around under the table, I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. Bang! You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing could distract me, oh my god. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? 2 syllables. Proffered, proffered, proffered. Words. No. I see. That lamentable day, the precious Hoei Kaban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous... Oh my god, English is hard, guys. Unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Yeah, like offered. Yeah. I love English words, guys. I love reading. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, this witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive, no matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Auchi? Name? Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruto. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? God, I'm not even gonna try to read that, nuh-uh. Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as Kuroko glass, Your Excellency. Yes, sir, at once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think. Fuck. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. The sass! Fuck. Ido. Tension. That's cute. Your father's about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy. What is happening? You shoved your own child down? That's even worse. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did. You literally just said 5 seconds ago you didn't see anything! What? Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out. His ears flapping, right? It's better if it's someone else's.
Yes!
Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. There was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. Ugh. It is evident beyond all reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table which the victim was dining, taken by an investigator immediately after the incident. As can plainly be seen, there's only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print. That doesn't mean he wasn't with someone. It would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. This doesn't make any sense. Right? That's a pretty good photo. The court will add this new photographic evidence to the record. I don't understand. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone. Yes, came to the restaurant alone. Doesn't mean she didn't fucking show up later. That's not true. I saw her. I swear that I saw a woman with him. It would seem that we'll be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we have just heard leave no further room for doubt. These are very sensible political times, as we know, sensitive political times. Ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. To think that I, Takasuchi Oshi, will have contributed to the enmity of these two great empires is an honor. I hate this man. He's having a mental breakdown. Hold on, give him a second. How can this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. And now is your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth, in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. Marble. The defense is entitled to cross-examination of the witnesses, but make it quick, understood? Squirrels can be so unbending at times. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm assuming because Wilson is Watson, that the woman dining with him would have been the equivalent of Mary? Like their version of Mary? Just because it fits that to me. Almost the same thing. Bring his gut at the floor anymore. But you said you didn't see. Yeah. Wait. Okay. But you weren't the only personnel there. The waiter was there. I don't know if this would count. Okay, I wanna... What does pressing do? We haven't done pressing yet. Is this... He said he didn't see anything.
Yes!
In time. Wait, I've already told her. That's only because I picked it up off the floor. Millie, Molly. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it. I'd just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when... I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. And at exactly that moment... Bang! A gunshot rang in my ears. Full of events beyond our control, life is. What is he, Yoda? Sorry? What do you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor, and he's got the blade again and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas, conversely, I failed to pick up the Koban from the floor and find myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains. Myself, I did see you. With pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Does he mean personnel as just people, or does he mean like... Because the waiter was there. Okay, I'm not good at this stuff. My brain doesn't... Marshmallow. I'm guessing pressing just gives me more information. Okay, let's see what this is.
Yes!
Must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you have been pains to point out time and time again, I feel like growing a callus in my ear. And yet, no one appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Ugh. Only there had been more people dining there at the time. Then someone else would have noticed her. Unfortunately, it was already past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know, of course. The place was almost empty. It's what you'd expect. Certainly, 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. There was indeed a reason. There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. Why didn't you already have that in evidence? I'm gonna scream. What is that, Counsel? The medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem that the victim had an appointment at a clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. At a clinic, yes. There would indeed appear to be an entry for the date in question. 19th November, moved at 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went for a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before. Because you need to submit all evidence. What's wrong with you? I wonder. What do you think, Ryusuke? Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request for it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask? Yes! Take all the fucking evidence!
Yes!
Stop raising your hand, my sweet innocent boy. If I may, I'd like to ask that the medical report card be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness. Thank you for the host. And extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant of no concern.
Objection!
Whether or not they are concerned is up to us to decide. We have a right to explore all possible avenues. I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for the submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. God, it's the most disturbing trend. Who is this man? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report card to the court record. What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right. I hear you. You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Or perhaps you'd forgotten that these witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, Korakuta-san. I want to look at it. Can I look at it? I'm guessing I can't present it yet. From that far? Okay, let's go back to the first one real fast.
Yes!
No. It's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. I have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of an uninformed officer versus that of a fledgling... I said uninformed. Uniformed officer. He is uninformed, okay? I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. It's a dust devil. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? No, you're wearing glasses. How could I? And yet, it is undeniable fact that I did blink. Blinking! Murder. Blinking? They are not the same fucking thing! There you have it. What? Tension? Sound of the firearm rang in my ears. The very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all. Don't you? No. And let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in his most paying position as well. Isn't that so, Korakuta-san?
Yes!
So you actually saw that with your own eyes. Does baby have a cigarette now? I don't know! There's too much going on! The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did. Forgive me for the position I placed you in. So the testimonies of the old man, the soldier, and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? But let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. Clearly we see it. There is a beefsteak on the victim's table. A meal for one. That's a candy cigarette. I hope so. No. The antique dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter testified before. It's not impossible that they're all lying. But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. I don't know either. I'm just... One more press, and then we'll try to make a good guess. Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, Cadet? I clearly remember. All signs point to cheating. There was a woman sitting across the table from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. For both of you to have failed to see the professor's dining companion, it's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, Defendant Naruto, it's not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry. The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said that the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But I... If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands the secret. No such proof exists. The prosecution demands no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. I'm laughing, it's rude. Excellent work, Green Escape. We claim some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that it brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report card you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, this is a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These are the ones you may examine. Press X and you can take a closer look. I wanted to do that before. You wait till now? My brain was like, I want to examine it. Okay, use this stick. Okay, I'm very familiar with how to move stuff. You rotate the evidence in all directions and examine it from all angles. By using Okay. Yes, I know how to look at things, game. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. If the crosshairs start to pulsate, press X to investigate further. So, partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in detail. Alright, see what I can do. It says how to medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Fair. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I thought the only thing I've ever had in my life. And I remember even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Ugh, never forget it. Never in my whole life! Most people would give their right arm to have only one fold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Is this just the same thing? Okay, this is just the same thing. I just want to make sure that the writing isn't something different. Open it? That would be huge. Dentist! It's a dentist office! This first issue quite entitled. It's probably a record of... That's why. Family doctor, I imagine. I can't imagine going to a doctor, I mean. long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Oh my god, you're gonna die. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors, then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible-tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. This man had one shot in his lifetime, and he was like, fuck doctors. They demand lots of money for you for the privilege. Oh, when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient. A bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is a very bitter medicine indeed. What? I got another trophy. He's such a baby. So this didn't tell me anything. Oh god, there's so much! Let's have a look. This is some kind of medical history. Ah, there's the entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar for typical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? If he got a tooth taken out, he wouldn't be eating a fucking steak. He wouldn't be eating anything but, like, soups. Especially a molar? I had my wisdom teeth taken out and my back molars, and you don't eat solid food. It would seem so. Just before the incident, had a bad tooth. Perhaps they used laughing gas, the most modern practice in the West for pain relief. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia, though it's hard to believe that anything that can actually stop you feeling pain. Ah, there's a cautionary note for the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Even if the stuff had worn off, he would not be able to eat with a tooth taken out. He would not be able to eat a steak. That's a lot of chewing. Really, sounds like information worth bearing in mind. This information has been updated. With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time to listen to the testimony. I know you. Which statement? The one where he had to be eating alone? Maybe? It's not that one. It's not that one. It could be this one. It could be this statement because obviously he couldn't be alone because he couldn't eat. You know, fuzzy. Dining all by himself. It could be that one too. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. I feel like this has because he said dining. Not that. This.
Yes!
Stop raising your hand! Well, I think, Jesus. About what are you wittering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? He doesn't! He's not a lawyer! I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryudusuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. You raised your hand straight up like that, purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright. Thanks for the advice. Furukuta-san, this is a medical report card belonging to the victim. Ah, I see. And I don't see. What of it, boy? I see and I don't see. Which is it? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
Dear me, dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Sorry. What? Or not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateur's drivel. Oh my god. But let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. But it's not, bitch! But that's, Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Yeah, just call him a bitch. Just make your point. Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There is surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court have heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else besides snail-based people possibly. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Get him, Joey! Do you really believe that? What? The outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hoda Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? That's supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, Cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, that can't... Horakuta-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. Oh. Additionally, there's more? You have assured the court with your unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. Jelly, no more. Calm down. But that cannot possibly be the case. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had one of his teeth extracted, was still experiencing the effects of anesthetic. You say anesthesia, it's anesthetic. I can't talk. Expertly done, partner.
Objection!
What is this nonsense, you little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. You can clearly see the plate of food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Can't you follow the logic? That word is hard to pronounce. So many words are. What are you doing? Why are you clearing the table? Trust you. How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. I love this man. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Who, in fact, was eating the pictured beefsteak? The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume you're ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, that means me! Alright, the answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of you turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been... the woman that he saw. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table.
Objection!
You will not let this go, will you? There was no such person.
Yes!
Controller's dying. The game is killing my controller. Ah, wrong plug. I have too many plugs over here. There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is there was somebody else there eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that the witness testimonies are unreliable. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage... What is he doing with his sword? We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma. Right? Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, Consul. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So, if it now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Perjury? And, since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! No, negative! There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just following orders. That's right, as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman, that's what they told us. Good job, you just outed yourself. Oh. Oh! What? What did you just say, Horakuta-san? Oh, no. You were just following orders. Now, hold on, lad, I was, Today you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What? Why are you saying what? What is the meaning of all this? These witnesses gave false statements? Is this true, you pair? I love how he's holding up the jar like it's gonna do it. Just one simple flip of the tongue. Order, Counsel, explain what is going on here. It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The prosecution knows nothing of this. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. He's pulling the mustache! Oh my god! So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke, judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. However, I don't believe Hachi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. Mouth shut. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Right? That has to hurt. Evidence that proves whoever it was really did wield his or her power here, but how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We examined this piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh yes, that's right. Well, it's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we missed. I think we need to do that business card. Because he acted weird when he turned over the map. I think that's what we need to examine. Brain, big brain. There's no time to lose. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait. Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. I know nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this, well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just going to have to close my eyes and shout out the first name that comes into my head. No! 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 I don't feel... no. I won't... This feels weird, but I want to say it's this guy. I mean, we could always blame the victim. But he's an authority in forensic medicine. No!
Yes!
There! What do you make of that? I think, counsel, that you may want to close your ears as well as your eyes. Otherwise, the sighs of disappointment in the courtroom may well deafen you. If you feel you must close your eyes in a crisis, might I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time, too? Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it permanently. Okay, I fucked up. That's great. I don't know what it is about that prosecutor exactly, but... Hi! Can we look at the evidence before you do anything else stupid, please? Well, that's unexpected. What is? Look, do you see it? Do you see it says the witness's name here? Satori Osanaga. It was. I was so confused. I guess I could have said the waiter, but he doesn't feel like he has any influence other than I think he's lying. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. It's not the name that's unexpected. It's his job time. It is the fucking waiter! Oh no! I should have inspected this before. His job. Oh, Chief Inspector Satori Hasanaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police. Excuse me? Inspector, what on earth? It is the fucking waiter. God damn it. I have no idea, but let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. They're wielding it somehow here. That's why you look at things. Probably should just keep investigating just in case. The plans of the restaurant raise a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative positions of everything in the moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly, and that's not all. Look here in the upper left, where it says kitchen. Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they're in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Renderske. Tables look like turtles, they do! They do. Okay. Maybe just investigate everything real fast? I guess there's not much point to investigate the photo right now. That's retracted. Okay, I don't think the photographs are important right now. Okay. 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 I'm confident now. I can find other ways to make you keep your mouth shut as well. You can't do that. That's illegal. You can't say that to me. That's so unnecessary. Oh my god. Also, I thought you were on my side. Alright, don't get angry. I'll think again. There must be a clue somewhere in all that evidence in the court record. Actually, now that I think about it, there might be some pieces of evidence I haven't thoroughly examined. Yeah, I just did it. What does the defense have to say about this? Well, Your Excellency. No time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first name. What, Jumpy? He said it! This is twice! Besides the prosecution, the only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witness is...
Yes!
Well, surely that would be... Satori Hasanaga-san. Hasanaga-san? It does. Could be, some very fun stuff that should not be done in a courtroom. Could also be kissing. The waiter who took the stand earlier.
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason could the waiter have to make those false witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that influence. For once, I would agree with you. If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. What? If he truly were? Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. What I'm saying is he is on your side. Okay. He just was very aggressive. The truth about real identity. This evidence. BAM!
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question. I agree it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we conclude anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. That's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Yes. It's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is. Starting to think he's not the killer. I mean, I have to say he's probably not. Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What are you doing with my shoes? You're gonna fall. What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? Careful. They don't fit. The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So witnesses, there in the stand. Was it, in fact, the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Hello? Inspector Hosonaga. Oh my god, the baby with the mustache! I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. I still feel like this whole court case is faked, just to prove that Ryunosuke could do it, so that he can go with Kazuma to Britain. I still feel like this is too stupid of things happening for this to be a real case. That's my theory. So in the end, that means no one did it. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry out all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. Elaborate scam. It was an unusual, careless mistake. So, you mean to say, you really are a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course! Your salary must be terrible! My god, I love him! He's so dumb, but it's so funny. I was working undercover. Undercover. Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga, but you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses besides you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you would have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other donor. Therefore, I am led to assume that you, in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? Oh my god, please! This man needs a doctor, though. Can we discuss this? Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Oh god, I thought it was another gunshot, not the previous gunshot game. You can't do that to me. As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say... Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. The professor was a doctor. That is fair. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect. Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. It's not right. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yumei University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory is a young Englishwoman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Jezebel Brett. Oh, that's a fun name. She is indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yumei University's medical faculty. What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. and order these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise, namely that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
Are you really objecting right now, boy? Shut up. But Your Excellency, that would mean missing the noon deadline of our ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Rosanaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Justice O'Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly.
Look at her shoes.
You have them on the wrong feet. But that's very good that you put them on by yourself. So, it won't be a problem. Oh my god, he's gonna die! It's the mighty telegraph. Faster to walk. Nothing will get in my way. Oh my god, this man's gonna die because he's done. Go to a doctor, please! Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Justice Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Please take that man to the hospital, I beg. Your Excellency. Good. Then we will have the 30-minute recess before we come. Oh, great. I'm glad, because I wanted a good spot to, like, save. And I feel like that's a good spot to save. We'll probably do more tomorrow. My throat hates me. Yes! Oh my god, yes. A save. Okay, but I saved, so. I know you want to know, but I can't talk for much longer. I will probably keep playing this. Like, I think what I'll do, I might make them shorter. Stream, I think when I play Judgment, we may do like a half. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe I'll do weekend streams where I can just like stop when my voice starts hurting. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. When Judgment comes out, I know I'm just gonna want to play Judgment. But we'll do more of this tomorrow. Wait, there is an options there is an options button to save. Okay, so you can save in the middle. It just felt weird to save in the middle. But okay. Huh. We're gonna leave it there. And we'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll start with Neo. We'll do some Neo, and then we'll do some of this. And then Friday, we'll do Judgment. So excited. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Night.